11th of June, 2019. Today, the Precious Plastic team visited Greencastle's local makerspace, called Castlemakers. We went to see if we could learn more about the aspects of our project that are, or can be, intertwined with the goals of a makerspace. We were hoping to try and understand the ways in which a space such as Castlemakers and a project such as ours could collaborate. Castlemakers is run by Chris Hebb, who explained the purpose of makerspaces and gave us a tour of the space.
So I'm Chris Hebb, and I'm one of those people that couldn't decide what he wanted to be when he grew up, and I haven't grown up. So I was originally undergraduate engineering, went back, got a business degree from IU, and then started working on entrepreneurial things because I had a double major in entrepreneurship and marketing. And then because, again, I couldn't decide what I wanted to be, while I was doing small business consulting, I was taking some courses at IU in instructional design. So I ended up with I've also got a degree, PhD in education, in train the trainer and teach the teacher. Because I was getting bored again, and always wanted to start a business, so I said, let's start a makerspace. I think of makerspaces as the equivalent of open source software, except maybe on the hardware side. And it turns out they're not only good for sharing ideas, but they're also a great place for startups, which is personally my interest on the entrepreneurial, getting companies started. I've come to describe Castlemakers slightly differently. Originally, my elevator speech was community location that shares tools and equipment to make things, okay, and then boom, okay, and then that starts the conversation. I've come to realize we're more about another way is describing our goals and how we work, and that's through access to tools and equipment and knowledge. A community of people that share skills and knowledge with others, and then enables people to do things they maybe didn't know how to do or want to do. So I think of it as access, community, enabling.
We were particularly interested in his 3D printers, as they require a plastic filament, and were curious about the filament used and whether the Precious Plastic machine could make or recycle it. We learned, however, that it would be incredibly difficult to make a filament of the right dimensions and of uniform shape and size, but it would be possible to recycle objects that had already been printed. Since there are two types of plastic used for 3D printing filament, ABS and PLA, PLA being the safer of the two, we thought it would be best only to recycle this kind.
ABS is pretty nasty. It'll hurt your eyes in an enclosed area. So most people have instead gone to the PLA because they've improved the material quality and material characteristics to the point on the plastic side that it's so much easier to use and so friendlier.
Chris Hebb also offered to connect us with someone who is interested in, and has experience with, building a Precious Plastic machine. Most of all, we learned that both makerspaces and Precious Plastic DePauw depend upon community and collaboration.